I'm gonna try to go back to it on my end, but I can see right here. Camera. All right, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So if you're following it on YouTube, it'll take a few seconds. There's like a 3 to 5 second lag on YouTube.
Okay.
So we'll wait for a few people to enter the chat room. Yeah, I need to get what's that program? What were we using that night with Jonathan, the live program? Zoom.
Um,
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So
So
welcome. So we have some people coming in now. Pamela, Tracy, Samantha, Kiana. So I'm so excited tonight. I have one of the oldest fragrance reviewer, not technically, right? But
yeah. I've been in it for a while.
but one of the oldest fragrance reviewers on YouTube. How many years have you been reviewing
Um,
fragrances?
Started in 2011, 2012. So
Oh
about
wow.
8 years. Yeah.
That's a
But I've been
long
getting
time.
consistent. I've been kind of been on and off. So I wasn't, every month, every week posting videos for 8 years. But,
Yeah.
life happens and I go away for 6 months, then come back, go away for 8 months, then come back. So, it's kind of been,
Yeah.
in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things change in your life in 8 years. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, so
And
this
YouTube
was
does
one of the
not come
first.
first, right?
Yeah, definitely. Nah. This is a hobby for me. This is something that I enjoy to do. We're doing this for free, so
Right.
this kind of gets on the back burner.
Right.
This ain't probably the bills. Is number one. Family.
So what's your scent of the night?
You know what I'm rocking? I'm rocking one of my newest to my collection. This right here. I don't know if you can see that. Zerjoff Kazmarani 1888.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is one of the newest. So this is what I'm rocking tonight. It's like a kind of sweet amber, kind of has like a root beer vibe going on. Uh,
really?
yeah, great performance. I love this one. Kind of under the radar. Nobody talks about it for some reason, but it's a great fragrance.
Yeah, I've never smelled that. My favorite from that line is Bouquet Ideal. Have you smelled that one?
No, I haven't smelled that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that one is
Is it
really
more of
nice.
a feminine fragrance, or you say unisex?
I don't really think it's feminine. I think it's very unisex. I think it's extremely unisex, but it's
Oh,
very nice.
got it.
Very nice fragrance. Nutmeg, really nutmeg and cinnamon dominant. Real nice though.
Oh, that sounds good. What's it called?
Bouquet Ideal.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah, really nice.
To look into that.
Raj turned me on to that. Actually, I actually bought a bottle of it from Raj.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, real nice fragrance. So tonight I'm wearing something that I created. I'm wearing a Santal 33 body oil and I layered it with oud wood. And it's
That sounds
actually
good.
very nice.
That sounds
Very.
good. Those blends are good, man. I've been doing a lot of blends. I shared a blend that a lot of people, know about on YouTube. I call it the Home Wrecker, and it was a blend with Shea Bond and Bleecker Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those two together
Need to
is
write
magic.
that down.
Yeah, those two are no joke together.
Shea Bond and Bleecker.
Hmm.
I like Bleecker Street a lot.
Yeah, Bleecker, that's one of my most complimented fragrances. So it's,
Yeah,
it's
that's
great.
nice. It's kind of right up there with the centerpiece. Do you like the centerpiece?
Oh yeah, Centerpieces. Yeah, I got that right behind me. That's one of my favorite ones. That's one of my
Yeah.
I get so many compliments with that. And I didn't really, it didn't blow me away when I first smelled it, but I grew to like it more because everybody, when I wear it, everybody loves it. So, it grew on me. But I mean, it was always good. I just thought it was kind of simple when I first tried it, but after a few wearings, I'm like, okay, I really got into it. It seems like I had like the breakdown of it. Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's
I get a
nice.
ton of compliments, so I enjoyed it.
Really nice. So what's the newest thing you bought? Is it that one you're wearing tonight? The
Yeah, actually, the newest guy I still got in the box was this Guerlain Ideal, Loam
Oh
Ideal,
yes.
because everybody's saying that it's discontinued. And I started seeing prices go up for like $150, and I
Oh
paid like
really?
$30 for it. Yeah, so somebody on Instagram was selling it, so I bought it. He had like 3 bottles, or one of those Facebook groups, I think, one of the fragrance Facebook groups.
Yeah.
He was selling it, so I was like, let me pick it up before the prices get ridiculous.
Now
So,
what do
so
you think of it?
I mean, I only had it for. Actually, I just opened it like 2 days ago, so I haven't really worn it a lot. But to me, it smells good. I think I like Dior cologne better, but
Mm.
I like it. It smells upscale, high class. It has that nice vanilla. It's like a citrus with vanilla, kind of like an almond
Mm-hmm.
vibe going on. But I haven't worn it a lot to really know, so I don't know if it lasts or whatever. Like I
Yeah.
said, I only had it for like 2 days. I wore it for 2 days, so
I think
I'm
it
not.
has pretty good longevity, especially for, what it costs now. I mean,
Yeah,
but what it costs right now before they raise the price up on it. But I bought that. I had never even heard of it. And I saw it one day at Marshall's and I picked it up. I was like, I'm
oh, you
gonna
seen
buy
this at
this.
Marshalls?
Huh?
You seen this at Marshalls?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh
But
wow.
it was like probably like a year and a half ago when I bought
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
And I bought it and I didn't know what it was gonna smell like. And I actually really, really liked it. I gave it to my husband, but I was like, wow, this is nice. I don't even
Yeah,
think I paid $30 for it at
yeah. Oh, you
Marshall's.
came up then, but yeah, when I smelled
Yeah.
it, it smells real good. Most Guerlain fragrances, they're high class, they're quality fragrances, so you can't go wrong with too many of them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one. I haven't been buying much lately. There's nothing I want. You know how you get to that point to where there's like you can't think of anything that you actually want. And I actually bought Saffinette from Parfums de Marly.
I always said
And
I was wondering how the female fragrances are when it comes to the parfums of Marley.
yeah, I like them. I think this one and Athalia are probably my two favorites from the
Yeah, I heard
female.
about that one. Yeah, that was the main one
Yeah.
I heard about for
But
female.
this is sexy. I like this.
I'm gonna check that out. Get it for my girl. I
Yes,
definitely.
orange blossom. I mean, really nice, sweet, really nice fragrance.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't even see anything. I know Parfums de Marly, they just had a new release. And actually, oh, I can't believe I forgot the name of it that quick, but they released it and then they pulled it because they
Oh, it's
had
Sutton.
some name issues. Huh?
Sutton.
Sutton, yeah. And so
Yeah.
did they rename it Greenlee?
Yeah, I don't know if they renamed it, but I heard about that because Bond had the Sutton place or something like that. So it
Yeah,
was some kind of conflict, so they had to rename it. But I don't know what the new name is. But I remember when I first seen it, it was called Sutton, like that green bottle.
right.
Yeah, yeah, it was called
Yeah,
Sutton. So and I heard
yeah.
something like that.
So apparently they pulled it from the shelves and I guess they're going to re-release it with a new name. So I'm like, wow, okay.
I need to explore more of that house. I only have Layton behind me. It's the only one I got from that house. I smoked a couple of them, but Layton was the
Yeah.
one I need to pull the trigger on. But Percival and it's another one I want to get my nose on, but I haven't smelled yet.
So someone says that you sound far away.
Oh, I sound far. Maybe because my camera is kind of far away. Um, so I thought I was gonna be able to use my other camera, but yeah, I don't know if how I would turn it up. 'Cause it's like right here, and it's not too far away, but
Yeah. So, and
it's like you're
aside from
talking
that,
maybe
I haven't
closer.
seen any other new releases. I did see something funny that Erica Badu is adding a fragrance to her fragrance line.
I didn't even know she had a fragrance line.
Yeah, she has a very interesting fragrance line.
Yeah, with some butt naked bottles or something. Like what's
Well,
some?
she has a fragrance line that like she has a fragrance that's supposed to smell like exactly like her, Lady
That's what I
Parts.
said. That's why I said it had to be something off the
Yeah.
wall.
And
Yeah.
now she's releasing a fragrance called Entanglement. I
Wow.
saw that today. I was like, that's messy.
Oh man. So what Jenny gonna feel about that one?
I know, right?
That's
That's
crazy. Entanglement, huh?
terrible, terrible, terrible. So I had a little Q&A for you because let me put your so you guys can find Coach Rob on YouTube at his YouTube channel, which is Coach Rob 619. And I'll put that across the bottom of the screen. So make sure you go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Hello, Natasha. So I had some questions for you just so people over here that have never seen you before could get to know you a little bit, just a little
Okay.
this or that. Like, which would you choose
Mm-hmm.
between this and that?
All right.
Um, all right, so Sauvage or Ventus?
A vintage, without a doubt.
You said that too fast.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Niche or designer?
It depends what the environment is. Like I got like right now behind me, I got niche. I got a few designers, but in my bedroom, I got all my. I mean, I got niche behind me in my bedroom. I have all my designers because I wear those more.
Hmm.
Like I wear, niche special occasions or whenever I feel like wearing them. Like I said, I wore this one today. But day to
Yeah,
day, going to work, you know what I mean, casually, I wear designers. So
designer. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not one of those guys that kind of like I wear anything. So I'm not like fragrance snobs where I'll be wearing niche and designers garbage. I don't if it smells good, I wear it.
Right. It's how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. How I feel the environment, it's upscale, it's casual, whatever it is. That's how I kind of turn it when I'm on the rock.
Yeah. So seasonal or wear whatever whenever.
For me, I'm in California, so I'm in San
Oh,
Diego.
you
So
don't have seasons.
I don't really have no season. It's like 75 degrees all year long. So I have to just wear what I want to wear, because if not, I just wear citrus and aquatics all day long. So I do wear
Mhm.
darker stuff sometimes, like at night or whatever. It gets kind of cooler out here. So, and sometimes I
Right.
just wear stuff that you wouldn't wear in the middle of the heat. I just wear something that most people wouldn't wear in the summer. I just wear it. So I guess it would be anything. Well,
Yeah, cool. I'm not seasonal either. And we have all four seasons here, but
where you at?
I'm in the Midwest.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
in Missouri. Yeah.
Missouri. I was about to say you in Chicago.
No, St. Louis.
Oh, okay. How's the weather out
um,
here? Is it like you get real seasons like it's snowing or
oh,
is
you
it?
get real seasons here,
Oh,
and you
okay.
get all four of them.
All right.
Yeah, snow,
So it's cold when it's
ice,
cold, it's hot when it's hot.
exactly. And when it's hot,
Yeah.
it's hot. Like right now, it's like really, it's extremely hot. Like I guess we're supposed to get like up into like 100 by the weekend, so it's really hot
Uh,
here. Yeah,
yeah, it
really
doesn't
hot.
really get that hot out here. Like, plus we have the beach, so we always have like a cool breeze. So
Right.
it's never
Yeah.
really humid. So even like in the summer, like today, probably was 80 degrees, maybe 85.
Oh, that's
You
not bad. See,
Yeah,
that's
it's really
tolerable.
good. Like, every now and then,
Yeah.
every couple of years, we may have like a little, like a heat wave or something like that where it gets hot,
Hmm.
95 or whatever, but that's
Yeah.
rare.
But it doesn't snow there, so
Oh no, it don't snow at all, at all.
that's a good thing.
But the crazy thing about my city is that you can go anywhere you want. Like we have an area that's probably 45 minutes east of here. They call it
Hmm.
Julian, which is like in the mountains, and it actually snows there. I mean, it's real light, but if you want to go to the snow, you can go to the snow. It's kind
Right.
of like San
Yeah.
Diego's like kind of in the middle. If you want to go to the beach, obviously go to the beach. If you want to go to another country, you go to Mexico, you want to go to LA, it's 2 hours up the
Right.
road. So you kind of can do our Vegas, it's 6 hours away driving, like
Oh
45
yeah.
minutes on the plane. So
Yeah.
you can kind of hit other spots.
Vegas is cool, but it's extremely hot in Vegas. Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
goodness.
Yeah, Vegas
Oh,
is nuts. You got to go to Vegas in like February, March, around that
absolutely.
time.
Yeah. You
That's
can't
when
go
it's
in the
cool.
summertime.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
summertime once and never again.
Now, my next one was clones or original only.
That's tough. I'm 50-50 on that one. Cause if it's a good clone and it's the price is reasonable,
Yeah.
I'll rock it. Cause everything like when it comes to Zero Job and Rosa Dove and all those expensive 500, $400 fragrances, I'm not gonna buy
Right.
all that. But if I can get
Right.
something that smells just like it for cheap, then I'm gonna rock with it. But
Yeah.
being that I'm a fragrance reviewer, I always go with the original. That's what I've been buying. But you know, hey, the money, if the price is right and it smells just
Yeah.
like. Because before,
Yeah.
when I first started doing reviews, the clones were garbage. Like they weren't good and they weren't close. You can tell they were trying to like smell like a Ventus, or you could tell they were trying to smell
Right.
like whatever they're trying to smell like, but it was off. But with these houses like Alexandra and Dua, like I got this new fragrance from Dua. This right here, get your husband in if they still have it. This is pick it up. But this
What
is
is it?
called Casino Elixir 2.0. I wore this three
Is that
times.
a mix? That's a blend?
That's that blend. It's the blend between
Yeah.
Baccarat Rouge and Creative Vintage. It's ridiculous. So now that I start smelling those kind of fragrances, that changed my mind. I'm like, oh man, it's a game. It's a game changer right
Yeah. They came a long way. My first experience, I think, with clones, or not so much clones, but impressions of, like, way back in the day, when you could go to Walgreens and get like an impression of Giorgio Armani. And when I finally got to smell the real thing, like, it seemed like it never smelled anything like the impression of. So I just
there.
stopped doing impressions of. And then I think probably about 2.5 years ago was when I discovered Alexandria and I started buying some of those fragrances. And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
impressions of have come a long way.
those Alexandria fragrances are top notch. So I got a couple. He sent me a few samples, so I had him send me samples of fragrances that I hadn't smelled yet. But then I had him send
Uh-huh.
me some that I actually smelled, so I can really compare the two.
Right. Yeah.
It's like 99%, 99.9. I mean, it's dead on. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. And then sometimes the ones he made, I had a few that actually performed better than the original. So it's
Right.
like not only did he make it smell like the original, he kind of amped up something to make it last longer, project better.
Yeah. Right.
So you
Yeah.
know,
I have you ever smelled Pico Valladama?
no,
Zerjoff?
I've been wanting to smell that. It's so expensive though. So that's another
Yeah.
example that I also get from one of those guys because
Queen
I'm
of
not.
Spades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get Queen of Spades from Dua. That's what I got. Because I wanted Pico Valladama for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I just ended up getting Queen of Spades. And it is, it's amazing.
Okay, I'm about to write. That's another one I'm about to write down. Please.
Yeah. Really nice. All right. And my last this or that for you was hashtag Team Heavy Spray or Go Lightly.
I'm a heavy spray. I want people to smell me walking up and leaving. I'm a heavy
How
spray,
many
but it,
sprays?
like 5 to 7. But then again,
Oh,
it depends. I mean, I know, like I'm familiar with my colognes, I'm familiar with fragrances, so I know what is beastie, and I know what's kind of need more sprays. You know what I mean? And being that I'm out here
right.
in California, I wear a lot of light fragrances like citrus and aquatic, so I gotta
Yeah.
go heavy. I don't wear a lot of dark ouds and woody
Oh, yeah.
scents, so
Yeah.
going heavy for me is nothing. But so but I try to go 5 sprays pretty much anything I wear. 'Cause I'm gonna put one both sides of my neck, on my chest, then on my wrist, and then I might put one in the back. So what's that? 1, 2, 3. That's 5 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Now,
always going 5.
do you spray ankles when you have on shorts?
Oh no, no, I don't go
No.
that far. No, I never tried that. You done that before?
Yeah,
Yeah, but see,
absolutely.
women, y'all spray different. Women be spraying all over the place. You know what I mean? Y'all be yeah. Men, I'm just up here. You know what I mean? I don't really
I know
spray.
I don't have a rhyme or a reason. I just go in.
Yeah, that's how most women they kind of go in like that. So that makes sense.
Right. But when you spray your ankles and you spray like behind your knees, heat
Mm-hmm.
builds up there. So, it makes your fragrance project. And also, like when you have on shorts and you walk past people that are sitting
Mm-hmm.
down, they get a good whiff
Yeah, that
of
makes
you.
sense because that's kind of like your elbow. That's kind of like spraying right here. So that, yeah, I can
Right.
see that. Like behind your
Yeah.
ear, like the little areas.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. So, what's your favorite fragrance ever? Like,
ever. I
ever of
don't.
all time?
I don't think I have a favorite ever of all time because I smell so many now, and there's so many I
Yeah.
haven't smelled. Um, yeah, I don't have. I have one. I have a fragrance that's special to me, like one of my special fragrances of all time. But nah, it doesn't smell that great now compared to everything I've smelled. But that would be
What is
Calvin
that?
Klein Eternity.
Oh, that was good back in the day.
Yeah, that's what got me into colognes. That was my first, like, well, my mom
Yeah.
actually got me into colognes because she would buy me one every Christmas. My stepdad at the time, he had a whole collection. I would steal stuff from his collection and spray it on when he was
Yeah.
at work. But she noticed that and she started buying me one. So from seven, no, like probably 8 years old till now, I'm 42.
Yeah.
So from then to now, my mom has bought me a cologne every single Christmas, every year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she the one that got me into this, got me hooked on these fragrances.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's a
eternity,
nice
that was
Christmas
when I
gift to look
special. When I
forward to.
smell that, just memories come up. So that one's always be in my collection.
Now, do you think because I did a video about old school fragrances,
Mhm.
and I saw the other day it had a new comment on it. Someone commented that people back then didn't know anything about fragrances because they said Jupe was horrible. Jupe was absolutely horrible. And do you agree with that? Like, whenever you ask people, like,
Mhm.
about, fragrances back then versus fragrances now, people are like, well, they use more refined ingredients and materials now than they did back then. And I'm
Nah,
trying to think of fragrances that I had back in the day that I had to carry with me to reapply. Like, I think my fragrances just lasted longer back
yeah,
then, you know?
I think now a lot of fragrances are weaker. I just, cause you know how we always they have always have a fragrance that what's the term? I can't just slip my mind, but gets made over again. Um,
Oh, you talking about reformulated?
Yeah, reformulated. There you go. Like
Yeah,
today, they get reformulated, and every time they get reformulated, they get weaker, weaker, and weaker. For the most part, back in the day, I never really heard about any reformulation. But you can buy a bottle like Eternity. You can buy an old bottle of Eternity right now. It's still beastie.
yeah,
Obsession was beastie. Yeah, pretty much everything I wore back then. Now I think about it, I had Obsession. I had
yeah.
kind of like all that stuff. Fahrenheit. Like Fahrenheit will last for years if you spray it on your
Oh, yeah.
clothes. So the real, the OG one. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think. Yeah, and a lot of people that I see that I run across, they like the old style. They felt that the older fragrances were more original. They were more
Right,
unique. Everybody was kind of like in the music game, in the rap game. It seemed like back in the '90s, that was the era where everybody was, they wanted to have their own style and be unique. And it seemed like fragrances back
right.
then were trying to, have their own lane. And now it's like everything in the mall smells pretty much similar. You know what I mean?
Smells
So
very similar.
yeah, I don't think they're trying to, stand out like they did back in the day. So I wouldn't say today, for instance, are better. I would say I smell better stuff because I got into the niche side of things that I was
Right.
familiar with. So I would say those are a little bit better than the run-of-the-mill designers back then. But there's some great ones that still hold their weight today, like Gucci Envy. I got
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. There's a few from back in the day that still smells good.
Now, did you wear jute back in the day?
Now, you know what? I've never ever had a bottle of juice.
Really?
There's two fragrances that everybody's probably smelled and everybody's had that I literally just bought. Not just bought, but maybe about a year or two ago. I probably wore it like twice. That was
Uh-huh.
a Curve. Liz Kate Claiborne Curve. I've never rocked that back in the day, and I never rocked Juke. And so when I got into this reviewing game, people was like, "You never smelled Juke and Curve." I smelled them, but I mean, never rocked them. I'm like, nah, I never. For some
Yeah.
reason, I was in a Tommy Hill figure. I was rocking the Polo Sport, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool Water was one of them I had.
Oh yeah, Cool Water was one that
Yeah, yeah, Cool Water
all the
was
guys wore Cool Water. Kiana says a lot of women wore exclamation back in the day. I still have a bottle of, well, I have a bottle of exclamation over here that I rebought like not long ago.
damn.
But
And another one I wanted to smell. I don't know if it came out back then when I was in high school, but Clinique Happy. I just
oh
recently
yeah,
smelled that, and that was good. I'm like, wow, this was good. That was a good price. So that's another one I
yeah,
missed
it
that
was
I
good
enjoyed.
back in the day. I don't know if it's the same though. Um, I don't know if it's the same at all.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
probably
that's always
reformulated now.
interesting to hear how people feel about fragrances back then versus fragrances now, you know.
Hmm.
I just were you did you ever wear Avon?
No,
No.
no, no, I never
See,
wore
that's
that.
where I started. I started out with Avon when I was
Oh,
a
see,
little bitty girl.
well, somebody sold it to you, or were you selling it, or how you come across
No,
that?
my mother and my aunt, they all sold Avon.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so I used to, steal my mother's perfume because she wore like the most expensive perfume she had back in the day was Poison.
Mm-hmm.
And I would steal that and wear it. So they all started selling Avon. So every Christmas they would give me like perfume gift sets for Christmas.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was
I'll go to
wondering because
school.
somebody had to be in the business to give that to you because I never even ran
Oh yeah.
across any of my
Yeah.
fragrances.
I would go to school like I was like 9, smelling like a 30-year-old lady.
Yeah, that's probably how I was too when I was going to school with Fahrenheit on.
Right, I'm sure.
And gray flannel, that was another one I was grabbing from. So
Oh, you were wearing gray flannel
I
in
was wearing
elementary
gray
school.
flannel. Yeah, gray flannel. Whatever he had, I was grabbing.
Yeah, I remember that back in the day, gray flannel. So, what's your opinion on FragCom, the fragrance community, the current FragCom?
It's a lot of people out there doing their thing. I mean, it's definitely changed from when I was doing reviews. I mean, I think the new guys are taking it to a whole nother level. Starting with Jeremy Fragrance. I think he just came in and just blew it up and gave, brought more eyes to fragrance review. Because when I was doing this back in
Yeah,
2011 and 12, when people was like, "Well, fragrance review, that's weird. Like, what the hell are you reviewing fragrances for?" You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't popular, so it's kind of like you had to be if you ran across one of my videos, you really had to be in cologne. So it was really most of us collectors. It wasn't like your casual, fan that would just go to the mall and pick up something and rock it, and you know what I mean.
right.
It wasn't those kind of people that was looking for reviews
Yeah.
on YouTube back then. But I think when he came in the game, um, it's weird because when I first started, I talked about compliments. Like the reason I even started reviewing is because I ran across a couple reviewers and they were more talking
Mhm.
about niche and the artistry and the perfumer and
Yeah.
all this kind of snobbish stuff. I mean, some were cool, but when I was watching the videos, that's not my experience. That wasn't my perspective. I'm like, I was going to the clubs. I'm getting at women. I'm trying to holler. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to. This was like my wingman. I want to have something so when I walk up, give impression. So I wore it. The more it was complimented, the more I rocked it. That's where kind of what my focus was. So when I started doing reviews, that's
Hmm.
what I was talking about, and everybody kind of hated on me like, "Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. Why the hell are you wearing cologne for compliments? And who cares what other people think? You should wear it for yourself." And now when I look at fur account today, everybody talks about compliments. Like
Everybody.
everybody, you
Everybody
know.
wants them compliments.
Yeah, that's always been me from day one. So anybody look back all my old videos, that's what I was talking about. Nobody was talking about it. And then I just think with Jeremy Fragrance, he took what I kind of did. Not saying he took it from me or anything. I'm just saying he took like that about the
Yeah.
ladies,
The
and the
style. Yeah.
compliments, and all that, and just took it to a whole other level. And then that brought eyes to like our little niche that we didn't have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and then all the
Yeah.
new guys, man, they doing their thing. Like, you got Big Bear Business, Jet Sense, like Red Essence, he came in when I came in, but these guys, they 100,000 subscribers, so they
Yeah.
definitely brought some attention to the niche that we were in.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, I
Someone
really.
mentioned Lagerfeld in the comment section. Do you have Lagerfeld?
No, I don't have Lagerfield. No, I haven't rocked that.
Have you ever worn it?
Nope.
Really?
Mm. No, I never wore that one. I was kind of more or less into, like what my mom got me, whatever she was, that would be
Uh-huh.
like some Gucci, that would be like Calvin Klein, that would be like whatever was the hit, CK1, CKB,
I
like
remember
those.
CK1.
Oh yeah, my ex at the time, she used to tear my bottle up. She wore it more than I did too. I don't even smell that fragrance anymore. She just wear so much. But
Yeah, that was
um,
my first. Was that the first unisex
yeah,
fragrance
first
ever?
unisex.
Because was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the first one I've ever heard of. That was the first, like, mass marketed, designer unisex fragrance for CK1.
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was wearing stuff like that. So yeah, and if it wasn't in the mall, if it was a popular, then we was wearing like the Nautica and the Polo and the Tommy Hilfiger clothes
Oh yeah.
back then. So then that's what I was, that I was obviously just rocking the cologne to go with it.
Right.
So that was my thing back then.
So let me answer some comments. Vinx says, "Do people still wear exclamation?" I still like it. I still think that it smells the same. I have so many scent memories with it that I still like it. I still
What is
like
that?
it.
What was that made by? I never even seen it. I never heard of it.
Cody.
Oh, okay.
You've never seen it?
No, I never even seen it.
It's in a, hold on, I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay.
It's in an
Oh,
exclamation bottle.
that looks weird. Yeah, that's some old. That's real old school. That's like a old school
Huh?
fragrance right there, right? I
Yeah,
said
this
that's an
is like
old school one.
way back in the
Yeah,
day.
I could need
That
that.
one
Yeah.
and this one right here. Do any ladies in the chat remember this?
I don't know the name. It's called. You said Navy.
Navy. Way back in the day. Yeah. Um Kiana said not many fragrance reviewers talk about Clive because he costs too much.
Yeah, he
I have
does.
one Clive. I have E,
Oh, okay.
and I adore E. E is that thing when it's really cold outside. But
Yeah. See,
Clive
I
is
haven't.
very.
What was
What'd you
that?
say?
No, I said I haven't. I haven't found one that I like. Like I was.
Yeah.
I used to have a vision board. And on my vision board, I had all the expensive fragrances that I was gonna get. This was like back in 2012 or something like that. And I had Aventus on there. I had this one right here, Invasion Barbar with the
Oh
bust.
yeah.
And I had Clyde Christian, the gold one. I think it was like Clyde Christian #1 or something like that. I think it was called.
Yeah.
Like, it was like $1,000 for a bottle. But once I started getting heavy into the game, to the fragrance game, and started getting samples and wearing stuff, and people sending me stuff like samples. I was like, oh hell no, I would have never bought this, especially for $1,000 or 700, 800, however much it costs. So I haven't
Yeah.
found one that for one is worth the price to me or that I like. So yeah, it's not in the collection.
Yeah, his prices are like crazy. Now,
Yeah.
I I
How much
said
was
this
that?
a few times, huh?
How much was the
E is
E?
worth it. It's $3.95.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not
No, it's
700.
not. It's worth it, in my
Mhm.
opinion. It's
Yeah.
very nice. Very nice.
That was a 1.7 or
But
100 mil.
1.7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn. Well, that's $400, man.
I know, but
But if it's worth it to you, that's all that matters. It's worth it. It smells good.
yeah.
Nobody gonna smell like you. That's for sure.
Nobody. Yeah, it's very nice. A very nice fragrance. And somebody in the comment room said they don't like #1 on me. Ooh, what about Givenchy Yisatis? Yes, that was my fragrance back in the day, like back in like 95, 96, around in there.
Mm.
I loved that. So our next topic that I have written down is a topic that is just trending all over the world. And it's so funny that people have messaged me and asked me, am I going to talk about this topic? And I was like, you know what? I guess I could. And it is entanglements.
Mm.
So, you know what? I have so many questions. Like, why do you think people are so interested in this whole situation, first of all? What do you think, like,
I
makes
think
people so.
that's just the era we live in. I mean, everybody want to be in people's business. Everybody's on Instagram. Everybody's looking for the hot story or whatever. People just nosy. That's all. But I just think that one I don't know too much about it because I really don't follow that kind of stuff. I try to focus on making money or focus on personal improvement stuff like that and my family. But
Right.
but you can't escape it because I go to Facebook, it's all on my timeline. I go to Instagram, it's all over
Yeah.
again. Like so, you're gonna be like, okay, well, what's going on? And from what I gather, it's just a weird situation. I seen all the pictures with her and him with the family and vacation, and everybody was speculating that they were dating and that she was denying it. So I think that's what it's when you speculate something for so long and people deny it, and the truth finally comes out. That's gonna blow it up. So now everybody will like, "See, I told you I was right. I told you they was messing with each other," and now the proof is there. So I think that's what the whole interest around that story is because people thought it was kind of suspect because you're a married woman and I don't know I'm pretty sure your husband wouldn't be cool with you kind of hanging around a dude like that taking pictures like that just it was suspect and all the behavior was suspect so
Yeah, it was. But you know what though? At the what I think is the worst part about it is just the fact that I feel bad for August. Like
hmm
I really feel bad for him because I don't know if you saw his interview. He said something that was like,
this was
"Oh, it
after
made
it
me
came
clutch
out.
my heart." Huh?
This was when he revealed that he slept with her or after the whole
Yes.
okay
When he revealed that
hmm
in his recent, in the interview that started this all,
hmm
he said, "I could die today and be okay because I gave her everything. Like I loved her like I've never loved anyone ever before." I felt so bad. Like how many men have you heard say that? Have you ever said that? Like I could die today like I gave her
nah,
everything.
I can't even understand what that even means. Um, yeah, I don't know what that dude was
That
talking about.
means that he loved her like he has never loved before. Like,
How old
you
is
know
he?
what's
Do you
worse?
know his age?
Yeah, he's like what, 27 now? He was 23
Okay.
when it happened.
You know what's crazy about that guy? He looks just like my son.
Does he?
When I started, that's what got me into the like looking at it because my son had posted on Facebook a picture because what he does some weird stuff like he'll put his face on like um a girl and be like she's with a dude he'll put his face on the dude like what's that girl that Chris Brown was crazy over like Miki Tokyo or I don't know what her name was it was some
Oh yeah.
whatever her name was like he'll put his picture on Chris Brown as him and he's with her so he had posted up the pictures of them, and I swear I'm gonna send you a picture of my son after this. But when I seen it, I'm like, "What the hell? How was you? You took a picture with Jada?" And he was like, "No, that's some other dude." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, that looks just like you." So and that's what got me kind of intrigued looking at it. So I was like, "What the hell is my son doing with Jada?" And I was confused. And then he broke down the story, kind of gave me the gist of it. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And
Yeah.
then once I start digging into it. I started
Yeah.
seeing all like everybody saying like they were. And then he said, Will gave him his blessings, which that was on a whole other level of craziness.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, Will said he didn't, so that was cool.
I think Will, I don't think he 100% lied about it.
Nah,
Lied about that aspect of it because on the red table they would have been like, "No, absolutely not." But they didn't like 100% deny that. Jada was just like, I'm the only one that can give permission. But I feel like Will did say, like, I ain't rocking with her right now, so you do you.
I don't know. I just don't see him. I don't see Will saying that. If okay, from what I understand about the situation is he was sick. He was going through some things. I don't know if he was sexually abused somehow or taken advantage of. I don't really know all the the details. But what I do know is he was a young guy, or 23. You said it, and that
Yeah, he was
was he
23 at
Will's
the
he was
time.
Will's son's friend.
Right.
Yeah, so if I'm in that situation, I'm a grown ass man. There's no way I'm telling this little kid basically, yeah, it's cool with you sleeping with my wife. I'm gonna give you my blessings to sleep with my wife. I can't. I can't see a man doing that. I mean, I wouldn't. And
Well,
if anything, to me, like my thing is, I've been in a lot of relationships. I've cheated before. I've done all that stuff, and even when I've cheated. I've never did like like scandalous stuff, like sleeping with somebody's friend or something that would make her look stupid, like her coworker, or we got somebody at our house that we helping, but I'm asleep with. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like just low level, like scandalous.
yeah,
So I can't see, especially with this situation to where it can be in the tabloids and on Instagram and social media. Like,
right.
yeah, I can't see him
Yeah, it makes
signing
it
off
it
of that.
doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like that's the thing about it. Not much about the whole situation makes sense, but it's that thing where that's the reason why. Because are you married?
No.
Well, see, that's the reason why, like, when you're married, you have to be very careful about who you get emotionally connected to,
Hmm. Hmm.
because a lot of people, I have a lot of women friends who, are like, oh, that's my friend. We talk about everything together, but they're not intimate or whatever. But when you form an emotional connection with somebody
Hmm.
first,
Hmm.
because think about it, how many people really do that first?
Yeah, it's rare.
Usually it's like,
It's usually
huh?
by this, attraction. It's by attraction, and
Exactly.
then that's why I think a lot of people, if they do have an affair or cheat on someone, it's someone at work, someone they go to school with, maybe someone in church, because you develop that. It's not about the sexuality part; it's about the person. You know what I mean? You get that rapport with them. You got good
You
chemistry, and it's like,
exactly.
damn, I'm at home arguing with my dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm at home arguing with this girl every night. And this person's caring
Right.
for me. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, they had he trusted her, he relied on her. He was emotionally connected with her. And
But I
then
get
if
it
you
from
get
his perspective because a lot of young men want to sleep with an older
yeah,
woman. I don't know if you know that or
absolutely.
not, but yeah, yeah. When you young and you 23, 20, you want an older woman. You know what I mean? So for him,
Yeah,
that's a come up. But and maybe I don't know. You
right.
tell me. I don't know if women want to be with a young dude to kind of like still I got a groove back type thing. I don't know if
Well,
that's
now
true.
they do. That's the new as trending on
Oh, okay.
Twitter.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it
That's
is now.
trending.
Everybody trying to get them something young.
Everybody try older men want to date younger women. Now older women want to date younger men. It's like, why don't everybody just date someone their own age?
Yeah,
How about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, because it's so much like you were saying. Like I'm not married, but I'm engaged, and it's just so
Well, you
much.
married.
Yeah, basically, I don't know what I say. I live like we act like we married. I know I act like I'm married for sure. So yeah, there's an expectation there. Because I don't believe in some this ain't every woman, but I know some women in the back in the day they were like, well, I'm only gonna act this way when I get a ring on it, or I'm only gonna act this way when I'm married. And I never believed in that. You gotta like it's like going to a job interview saying I'm only gonna wear a suit when you guys hire me. Like you gotta you gotta,
Right.
you gotta, put that effort forward, and that's how you get, man. That's how you get a husband, or that's how you get into that position by putting in that work. Show me what I'm gonna get when I'm married. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
hold out everything, and then yeah, I'm supposed to expect something to happen or change, which it never does. I mean, that shit rarely ever change. So, um, but yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm in a relationship, and yeah, it's a lot that goes into it.
A lot. That's
Yeah.
and you know what? That's the thing about it. Marriage is hard. Like
Hmm.
it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if I ever get fired from this job, I don't want to be hired for another position. I'm good. Like
Hey,
it's
I was
hard.
just telling my girl that last night. We was having a heart to heart conversation. I was like, if this relationship don't work, I'm single. Like I'm done because
Yeah.
it is difficult. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's hard to be married, but I would not want to be out here dating again.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would
And
not want to do
that's
that.
And that's the thing, because that's what I try to hold on to. Because when I was single, I got to a point where I'm like, I'm just dating random women. I don't women I wouldn't want to have a kid with, women that I wouldn't even want to be with a year from now. And I was just like, I already had to check myself, and it's like, it's time to settle down. You know what I mean? Because I was bored with that lifestyle, and I was done with that
Yeah.
lifestyle. So, but then when you get in a relationship, then you're like, damn, I wish I was free. I wish I could go to Brazil. I wish I could do what I want to do and travel, and you know what I mean. So it's there's pros and cons of each lifestyle, but I feel you. Like if this
Definitely.
doesn't work, I'm gonna be cool by myself for a while.
Someone in the comment section, Six Figure Day, said that work husband is real.
So definitely, that's 100. That work husband is for sure real. He ain't lying.
That's funny. What's funny is the first time I got married, I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the same age. And my
Mm-hmm.
ex-husband, he was in the army. And so we tried to keep everything like fun and spicy in our relationships. And every time I hear somebody talk about having an open marriage, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. It takes a heck of a person to do that. And
Definitely.
we kept everything just wide open. Like we didn't have any secrets. We wanted he liked to go to the strip club. I'm like, well, I'll go with you. We
Mm-hmm.
go to Vegas and wild out and just having a good time,
So the
enjoying
entanglement was
life.
on point then, huh? The entanglement.
Entanglements was on point. But my entanglement actually, unfortunately, it ended in divorce.
That's how it is. Hey, we got double standards. Man, we got double
You
standards.
know what? That's what concerns me about Will, because I'm like, men don't bounce back from that the way that women bounce back from that. Like y'all can be out running around on us and we can be
Nah.
like, all right, well, don't do it again. And then next thing we know, you rocking with Susie and we like, all right, come back home, but you better not do it again. We can do that over and over and over again. Men do not bounce back from that well at all.
Not at all. I tried it. Like I've been cheated on one time that I know of, and this was a person I was in a long term relationship with, and I try to rationalize and say, validate it. Like 'cause before, I'm leaving for school right now. I'm done. I ain't never whatever, whatever. But when it happens to you, you like devastated. Like your ego is crushed. Like you just
Yeah,
hurt. Like you can't believe this happened. And you hate them, but then you still want to be with them. But you still love them. And then you in this,
absolutely.
you're in this, you know what I'm saying, back and forth. So how I rationalize, it, I was like, well, you know what? I've cheated plenty of times. I've been caught plenty of times. I've done wrong, and she stayed with me. So it's only
That
right.
still don't work. It didn't work,
I
did
stayed
it?
with her, and hell no, it didn't work. Nah. So now I'm thinking about, I can't trust her. I don't know if she's at work with the work husband now. Now I'm like, if she don't come home at a certain time or if the phone, like it was just, I was just going psycho, and I just, even during sex, I'm like, oh, is this what you did with the other dude? Like, is this how he had? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't do it. So now I know for a fact that anybody cheat on me, we done. It ain't even, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Y'all
It's
don't recover from that
yeah,
well at all.
there's no
No.
working through. And if there's a guy
No.
out there, men out there that can, more props to him, but I can't do it. I've tried it
No.
just to see if I could. Can't do it.
Yeah. And Will, the thing that really made me laugh about him was how he was referring to August as Og. I'm like, if that was my husband, there's just no way. He would have been that N. He would have been that MF. But
Nah,
Will was like, yeah, Og was, very thick when he came to us, and Og. And I'm like, wow, you on a nickname basis with this dude.
Yeah,
That's
it is,
just.
and that's why I think I was trying to read the body language when I was watching. I just watched the highlight because I think it was like a
I
long kind
think
of
they were
interview.
on some edibles though. We can start with that because people said Will looked like he was gonna cry. I was like,
Yeah,
no, Will looked high.
yeah. I was like, so I was looking at him and I was just reading it, and it seemed like a lot of this information he was finding out for the first time. It to me, it didn't seem like he knew this, and I'm gonna come up here to script it, or I'm kind of like front. It seemed like he was like he wanted to know because that's how I would have been. Like, when she said entanglement, he was like, nah, what was it? Like what's the entanglement? Like say
All
it,
right,
like
what
say what you
happened,
did.
Jada?
I want to hear it. And that's how I would have been. You know what I mean? When a person cheated on me, I want you to tell me you cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear like, oh, well, he kind of messed around. Nah, I don't want to hear that. So when I was looking at his body language and stuff he was saying, I'm like, this dude, he didn't know. Like, he really finding this out for the first time. Like, he heard the rumors too, and probably,
Yeah,
you know how it is when you get cheated on. I don't know if you ever been cheated on, but when you get cheated on, you've seen
you say
signs.
you don't know if I ever been cheated on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I've been cheated on a few times.
yeah, a few times. Okay, so like so when the shit hits the fan and you finally know, like all that's out in the open. Now you rewind the tape. Now you see, oh, this time and that time when you was doing this and when
But
this, oh,
that's your mind though. That is your mind like
yeah, but
taking you,
it's
you
like you
know.
start putting the pieces together. It's like watching the movie from backwards to forwards. Now you're like, oh, you can put it all together. And I think
Yeah.
Will was like kind of like, damn. So he probably saw in the room like when she was here, when they was doing there, when you know what I mean? Like he gonna be messed up
Yeah.
unless
I don't know
unless
though,
they have
because
that.
I think they have been very clear about the fact that they have, even though they've tried to clean it up a few times, they've been very clear about the fact that they have an open marriage. And even though they've come back and been like, well, we don't mean open like that. We mean like we keep the lines of communication open. And I'm like, people who keep the lines of communication open, that's a normal marriage. Like they don't go out
Yeah,
telling people that they have an open marriage. We have a
exactly.
good
That's just
marriage. We
normal.
keep the lines of communication open.
Yeah, that's just by default. So
Right, by default.
yeah, so I don't know what he meant by open. 'Cause I would hear everybody say they had an open relationship, but I've never seen Will with nobody. I never seen him
No,
with
you
no.
would. Will's too cool for that. You
But
wouldn't
that's what
have,
I'm
you
saying.
think
But that's
Will's
how
gonna
you
be
do it.
dragging his side chick around on
But
Instagram?
that's
Come
how you
on
do it.
now.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like you don't be messy with it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna cheat and you're gonna do something like that, at least be I can't say classy, but at least be discreet and then don't put that.
Classy.
You can't be classy
Classy.
too, but be discreet. You know what I mean? And she was just
Right.
all out there like on Front Street, like it was no shame in her game. So
Yeah.
that was weird.
Yeah, that
So I
it
don't
was.
think
I
so.
mean,
If he told her like, look, I'm sleeping with this young little kid, um, and we're gonna be all over the social media. I don't think he'd be cool with that. I think he's like, okay, we got this open relationship. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna keep it on under wraps. As big as he is, that gotta be hard to mess with somebody when nobody finds out. But I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna keep it
right.
on wraps. If you're gonna do you, don't do it with this little dude. Go find somebody in Nigeria or something. Go somewhere else
Yeah,
where ain't
but you
nobody
know
gonna
what?
see
I
you.
said a lot of people say that though. A lot of people say, why him? Why would she choose August? And I say because of this. First of all, August ain't no bad looking dude. Now let's be clear about that. He's a little weird, but he's a nice looking brother. And when you are in a position in your life to where you can have anybody you want, like Jada can pick the man that she wants to cheat with or have an open marriage with, right?
Hmm.
You can have anybody you want. You always gonna want the dude that you don't have no business being with in the first place.
Yeah, yeah,
Always. That's how that goes. It's like she done been with Pac. I mean, how you gonna top that? She's married to Will Smith. Who's better than that? How you gonna top that? So
yeah.
she went with the young dude, the 23-year-old stallion.
Yeah, that was some fetish and some fantasy she was like living through or something. I
On
guess.
both of their part.
Yeah, that's just
Absolutely.
crazy. But I think on the flip side of that, you know what I mean? You probably seen the memes. Like now, if Will would have did that, he would have slept with Willow's homegirl. we'd be having a whole different conversation. Do you believe that?
You think so?
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think so, though.
I
I
believe
don't think
it was.
so. If she was over 21, I don't think so. I actually, you know what I think? I think that we would be having less conversation than we're having now if it was Will.
Nah, I think it'll be crazy. I mean, as big as Will is, and it's like he's a man of power. He
Really?
demonized her, and she was sexually abused, and she was sick, and he took advantage of her, and he cheated on
Well,
Jada.
yeah, but when you put it like that, I mean,
Yeah, it'd be all kind of stuff.
put it like that.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean that's kind of how they sold it. You know what I mean? That he was sick,
Yeah,
he was sexually
yeah.
abused. I mean, he was
Well, that's
mental,
the sad
all this
part.
stuff. Yeah, so it's like so knowing
Yeah,
all that, you still somehow built a relationship, like a sexual relationship with somebody that was sexually abused and came for you for
yeah.
help. You know what
That's
I
what
mean?
makes
So
it
if
sad.
you're a man of power like Will, that's you know what I mean. That's known that men of power kind of manipulate women and take advantage of younger women trying to come up in the
Right.
industry and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So I think it would have been like it would have been crazy if the shoe
Yeah,
was reversed. But it's kind of like
yeah.
people don't really trip out. Like I can never say a woman raped me. You know what I mean? I can never say. So it's kind of like people gonna high five Jada, and some of the young dudes gonna be like, talk like, damn, you hit that, like you got, say all the women. So it's kind of like it's a double standard. So in your favor, in the women's favor,
Definitely a double standard.
yeah,
Yeah. But Jada, she that's the part that makes it bad for me is that the boy was sick and he was coming to her for help. And even though he is a grown man, you
yeah,
know, I that wasn't the right way to handle it.
yeah. But do
So
you really consider? I mean, we know by law, 23, 22, whatever is grown. But think of
it's
you at 22,
legally
23. Yeah, legally it's grown, but I was a grown at 22, 23. I
a
mean, like,
man.
yeah, yeah, no,
Mm-mm,
I wasn't.
no.
So so even with that, in technicality, yeah, he can run on paper, but I just think if I was 23 around somebody with influence like that, that's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can do whatever she want to do with me. I'm gonna be with it.
Right. Yeah. It was just I was like asking somebody. I was like, "Well, how do you think that worked?" Like because he was friends with Jaden. So was he like over at the house with Jaden and she came in and was like, "Hey, I forgot to talk to you about something in counseling today. Why don't you come to my office?" And he came to the office. They did what they had to do. Then he went back out and played PlayStation with Jaden. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. That's what I mean. Like it's just the whole situation is
how did
scandalous.
that
Like
work?
I don't mean. I don't know how that happens. So Will was he
No.
not living in the house at all no more? Was he moving this somewhere in Malibu? Or, I mean, what?
No, because they have said that they are never leaving the same house. They've been very clear about that. They said in an interview, she said he may be in one part of the house with someone else, and I may be in the other part of the house with someone else, but we are never leaving this house. So,
Well, you gotta forget that their house probably big as hell. They probably got two wings and stuff. I'm thinking about my pad. So you ain't
right.
hiding here. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah.
1,700 square feet. That's it. You ain't. I'm gonna see you.
Yeah. I'm gonna see
But
you and him.
yeah, exactly. So I guess those kind of houses that they live in, they probably have a whole separate 10 bedrooms over here and 10 bedrooms over here. So they
Right.
can kind of move around without running into each other. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
I
It's kind of like what do you think? Do you think let's is this on the same level as Bill or no? Because she didn't drug him. Because
well,
sometimes
Bill
I feel like
Cosby.
when you get
When you
in
said Bill,
somebody's
Bill put me in
mind,
my head. So you talking about Bill Cosby?
yes. Like when you get in somebody's mind like that and you're supposed to be helping them and guiding them,
I
it's
think
not
Bill is
too much
more.
different.
I think Bill is more along the lines of what Will would have been if he did it. We'll be hearing the Bill Cosby comparisons because it's like he took
Right.
advantage. I still don't think Bill Cosby did what they say he did, but I'm not a woman, so I don't know. I've had this conversation back in the
Yeah.
day. I just think, and I have a 2-year-old daughter. I just hope that if anything like that happened to her, she was in a position to where somebody tried to rape her or would rape her, she wouldn't wait 40 years to tell somebody.
40 years.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you need to be telling me, like call me, like as it happened, I'm coming to shoot, man. Like don't. I don't know, man. So I
Well, do
think,
you have daughters?
huh?
Do you have daughters?
Yeah, I got a 1, 2 year old.
Oh, well, see, those are conversations that you have to start having with
Royal.
them as soon as they know their name.
Yeah, hold on
Like,
real quick.
you know.
Let me grab her. She's banging on my door. Come here. Come here. Your hair ain't done, but it's all good.
Oh,
This is
cute.
my daughter. Her hair looking messed up. She about to go to bed.
Hi.
Look at that. I say
No,
hi.
you have to have those conversations with her as soon as she knows her name.
Definitely,
Honestly.
definitely. So, you going to bed? Huh? Okay. Come on. Here. Yeah, but nah.
Because here's the thing. See, women, like, especially back in those days, you know, people when people were taught you don't talk about what goes on in this house, you don't talk about, private matters, period. And so women, a lot of women like just kept that stuff like,
Mm-hmm.
inside of them for
Mm-hmm.
years and years and years. Now, some of them, are they questionable? Absolutely. I think some of those women were very questionable where he was concerned. But,
Yeah.
that's always a conversation that we have to have with our little girls when they're very small. Like, this
Mm-hmm.
is not acceptable. This, you don't, if somebody tells you to keep a secret, that's when
Yeah.
you need to be talking to daddy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's like, with Bill Cosby, I know, I mean, if he drugged somebody, then that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
those are the ones I'm looking into. But if it was, consensual, because what I didn't understand, the women I'm really talking about is the ones that got raped and then came back. Like, so would a woman get raped by a man and then go back and have sex with him again?
And that depends,
Oh,
that
okay.
depends on the woman, because you have think about some of these women, these Hollywood women.
Mm-hmm.
Think about all these like hashtag Me Too women. These women that they are. This is how they eat. This is how they live. You know what I'm saying? So there's that pressure right there. That where these people in Hollywood, like, think about Harvey Weinstein, where he told women, like, if you say anything, you will never work in Hollywood ever again.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
they're in a hell of a situation, in a hell of a position. So it depends. But some of the women, I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm kind of suspect. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all for it. Like, if anybody that was, actually raped, I mean, yeah, the justice, you need to get your justice, and that should never happen at all. I just find it questionable. Because if anything happened to me, I'm letting it be known. Like, if something happened to my daughter or whatever, it's like I look at it like the R. Kelly situation. If I know my daughter is chasing this dude or with R. Kelly or whatever, locked up in his house, like I don't know how many episodes of it was, but I seen one, and I just couldn't watch it no more because when the dad was telling me his daughter is locked up in the house, I'm burning that damn thing down. Like, there's nothing
To
that's gonna
get my
stop me.
child.
Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna stop me. If I believe my daughter is trapped in some house, there's no way. He would not be able to go to a concert with me not there, firing at him,
No.
shooting at him, or on stage or something. Even if I
Yeah.
gotta pay some thugs, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay somebody. It ain't no way. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for me to have sympathy for certain victims when I look at the situation and I never see them ask for help at some point. But again, like it's other aspects to it, like you just mentioned. So I don't know.
Yeah. R. Kelly is like, I think some of those parents just, that whole situation right there, because I feel like some of those parents really kind of like, I don't want to say sold their daughters to him, but really
That's kind
kind
of
of
what it
just
seems like.
basically, yeah,
Yeah,
sold their daughters to him.
yeah. So I'm like, what the hell? Nah. Wouldn't be
No.
me. Y'all be looking for a GoFundMe page. Hey,
Well, because
Rob locked up.
you remember the R. Kelly tape like way back in like when was
12
that?
play.
Like, huh?
Look,
No, the tape where he was the
oh, with the
sex
little
tape, the
girl.
R. Kelly.
It was with a
Huh?
young girl, something, little sex tape or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
with a couple of young girls. So
hmm
after that has been public, how do you even allow your daughter to be in his presence when you know that this man likes young girls?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like R. Kelly, I'm gonna keep it real. That's my favorite R&B artist of all time. Like I've been played 12 Play to Death, like all his
oh
albums.
yeah.
Like
I
that
hate to
that's
be
the
hating
thing
him
about
right
me.
now, but
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that is like when it comes to R&B music and what I grew up on, it is R. Kelly. Like yeah, so it's just sad to see the situation. Like but like you said, it seemed like it was bad all the way around. It seemed like some of these parents did seem like they sold their kid to this man
exactly.
or had a blind eye to it. Maybe he was chipping them up and giving them some money, and they was like, okay, well I'm gonna be quiet, but you couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me anything. You
No,
know,
I mean your
that's my
kids, like you should be if you are their parents, you should be sitting in the cell right next door to his.
That
Honestly,
exactly. That
if
like
that's
it's
what you
like
did.
and it's crazy. Like I have two kids. I have a son who's old. I had a child real young. I was 15 years old. So I have a 26-year-old son, and then now I have a 2-year-old daughter. And having a girl, it's like there's nothing like it. It's just thing like it's protection. Like come over, dad. It's like I don't know what you call it, but all you think about is protecting them.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's it. With my son, I'm like, man, be a man, go out there and do what you gotta do, explore the world, be tough. But with a little girl, like I would lay
Yeah.
my life down. So I don't understand how any parent, any man can do it. I just don't get it for any amount of money. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Some people do strange things, no doubt.
It's crazy.
So what's new or what's next on your list to buy? Fragrances.
I gotta get that Baccarat Rouge 540. I don't know. I had samples of it. That's what's held me off this long. I had the extract
Yeah,
sample, like 15 mil. You know, 10 mils go a long way. Like when you have a big collection,
it does.
I had 10
Absolutely. It's
mils last
plenty.
week like a year. Like I have samples that I haven't got through yet. That's 2 mil. But Baccarat Road, I just wrote this down the other day 'cause I want to start doing some more fragrance reviews and really start pumping out some videos and putting out stuff people ain't really
Yeah.
talking about and stuff that I'm really enjoying. And I was about to say I was looking at my phone. I have it in my phone, but it's my little buy list. But off the top of my head, Zero Naxos or Naxos, however you pronounce that, I got to
Oh,
get
I
that.
have Naxos.
Oh, you had, man, I don't know why I waited this long for that one. I like Zero Renaissance. I need to pick that up. That's a great citrus. Um, but definitely Baccarat Rogue is my top one that I have to get. There was some I had a number two. I can't think of it right now. But Baccarat Rogue is definitely on the chart. That's probably
Yeah.
will be my next purchase.
I hated that
You hate
when
it.
I first smelled it. I could not. It was just too much because 540 is like it never morphs into anything
Mm-mm.
amazing. It just is what it is. It's
Yeah,
like
it is what it
540
is.
from the top to the mid to the base.
So did
And
you have the perfume or did you have the extract?
I have the parfum.
Okay,
Um,
you might want to get the abstract because that one's a little bit different. It does kind of transition a little bit, but I
yeah,
like the
that's what I
parfum better
hear.
because to me, this is what you get. It's gonna project like a beast, and you're gonna get it. I got a ton of compliments. That was just like my little 10 mil sample. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
Now,
next.
when I've started using 540 is layering it with Aventus, which
One.
is that Dua
Yeah,
thing.
that one.
And you won't believe this, Pico Viadama. The
Oh,
Queen of
see, I don't know
Spades.
what that smells like. So is that what is that? Is that more like a floral, citrus, like
It's so hard to
oriental?
explain. It's so
Mhm.
weird and so it is like it's a crazy fragrance. Like it really is. But it's absolutely stunning. But Queen of Spades and 540
Okay.
together.
Mhm.
Dua made it a clone, made it a hybrid. And I
Yeah.
was like, that cannot smell right. That can't smell good at all. And I tried it and I was like, oh my God, this
You're
is
like, wow.
amazing.
Yeah, you're like, wow. Yeah, those blends take us up to a whole new level. I had one of
Yeah.
my boys that came by over here the other day. He got like 100 duos, and he has one. It's Initios. I wrote it down, but it's another blonde with Initio, one of those fragrances. What's that? Hold on. It's called Poseidon or something like that. It's called Poseidon Casino or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's another blend that he said, man, he had people like tracking him down, like, hey, come here, what are you? Let me write that down. What are you wearing? I'm like, okay, I gotta get that next.
Really?
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm gonna find the name of it because I think I put it in my notes in my phone, but I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm gonna get to. But as far as the niche or the designer stuff in the stores, I'm gonna get for so the niche side is gonna be the 540, and on the designer side, one that I love. I don't know if people talk about it a lot 'cause I don't really watch a lot of reviews anymore. But that Wanted by Night, I think
Oh,
that's a sleeper like that thing. I had a
that
little
is
sample of
so
that
good.
too. Oh, you like that? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like,
I
man, I don't know if people
love
talking about it, but I wore a sample of it, and I was getting love with that Wanted by Night. So
Wanted
that's
by Night is everything. Wanted
okay.
is good.
Yeah.
Wanted is okay.
Mhm.
But by night is one of the sexiest male fragrances I have ever smelled.
Okay, then I'm
It's
not tripping.
right
Then
up
I think
there.
I was tripping. I was like, I'm about to drop this $30 for this
No,
Wanted by
it's
Night.
right up there with Harrod, in my opinion. And do
Okay,
you like
okay.
Harrod?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So you just told me because that was my designer, my top designer. I remember the sample I had, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm tripping, but this stuff
No.
smells good. And I'm
Wanted
like,
by Night is heat.
okay, well there you go. So 540 and Wanted by Night, my
Absolutely.
next two.
Yeah. All right. So everybody in the chat room, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you go subscribe. To I have your channel. It's been scrolling across the screen.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Coach
Yeah,
Rob 619.
yeah.
So
Make
I'll
sure
come
to
over
come
there
by,
and watch you. Just don't
subscribe.
do any unboxings and don't be reviewing any samples. Teeny tiny. No,
Hey,
I'm playing.
hey, you know what? And I got matter of fact, I got the unboxing of this because I just opened it up a couple
Oh,
days ago, and I just don't feel like editing the video and putting it together. Because I'm like, should I? Because I did the whole little, and I seen your video. Like I commented on when you said they don't know how to pronounce names. And I'll be butchering names. I'll be like, man, I ain't trying to. Cause these got crazy names. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to figure out how to say this. I got it on the screen and I got the bottle or whatever. But I'm gonna start go to Google and get the pronunciation
yeah,
and
just go to Google and say, how do you pronounce? Just type it in, and
yeah,
Google will pronounce it for you.
cool. So I'm gonna do that. And I got a couple unboxings because people like unboxing. And like you said in that video, people love
I
top
know.
tens. They
Yeah.
love, and I was like, you know what, man, like I was coming back because since I'm so infrequent on YouTube, like I said, I'm trying to be consistent, like weekly, 2 or 3 a week. Because I also, I coach football. That's where the whole name Coach Rob comes from. Is like I am an actual coach too. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so since this COVID stuff is happening, they canceled football season for the youth. So I won't be
Hmm.
coaching youth football this year. So I'm gonna use that same time I would have my practice from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm gonna use that time I would have coaching and just shoot, try to pump out as many
Shoot
videos as I
video.
can. Get my channel, my subs up, get this exposure back to my channel. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I did do a couple unboxings. So don't be mad at me. I'm gonna have to try to push those out to
I'll just
people.
fast forward through the cellophane part.
Yeah, but I got the. That's what I do too. I'm gonna fast forward, so you're gonna see it, but put the film like fast. Like, nobody wants to see like me ripping plastic off. So you'll basically see me
Right.
opening it, and then you'll see slow like regular speed of me, showing a bottle or whatever. And but yeah, I was
Yeah.
doing reviews, but I'm getting like 700 views, 500 views. But when I do a top 10, I get like 3,000.
That you heard me say that in the
Yeah,
video.
so
That's those are the videos that people watch. They love top tens.
Yeah,
They love
definitely.
top tens.
And I watch some of those channels that you ever watch the YouTube creator channels where people tell you how to, ideas and tactics to get more exposure in your channels and stuff like that.
Oh, I used to watch those, but I don't watch them anymore because
Oh yeah, I got so much sub now. I don't even watch them no more. Huh?
you know what? Because the one thing that they told me, or that not that they told me, but the
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I really took away from that was stick to one topic at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, if you're gonna do makeup, do makeup. If you're gonna do clothes, do clothes. If you're gonna do
Oh yeah.
fragrances, do fragrances.
Mm-hmm.
But that has not been what has worked for me, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there are some people who watch me for my fragrance videos, but there are also
Mm-hmm.
some people who watch me for my like real talk videos, you know? And then there are some people that watch me for you liable to see me doing anything. You
I
liable to come
think
on my channel,
I
I'll be
think
putting a
that
wig on.
I think that works for women though. So I think women are more, they're into more things. Men, we simple. Like 'cause that's how kind of how
Right,
mindset. It's like I'm gonna go to this dude for colognes. I'm gonna go to this guy for fashion, and I may watch a couple sports videos or some gun videos, and I'm gone. Like
right.
you know what I mean? I don't go to one person for everything. But I think with women, you guys are so diverse in what you do. Like you got fashion, clothes, perfume. I think perfume's like the shoes. Every woman I know is in the shoes. So
Yeah,
that's not that wouldn't be what I mean as far as stress to do perfume and shoes or
right.
clothes. So I
Yeah,
think that can work for a woman definitely.
yeah. And that was where I like because I tried that in the beginning to just stick to, and then because I don't know about you, like sometimes you kind of will get bored with just talking about fragrances. Like there's
Yeah.
only so many fragrances that you can talk about, and I'm never gonna go out and buy a fragrance just for the sake of being able to review it.
And see, and that's what I was doing. So that's real what you just said because it's like I have a lot in my collection, but I've gave
Mhm.
away. I've sold off a lot. I mean, like I sold one to you. Because I was
Yeah,
buying this
I
house. I
just
mean,
realized I bought New York Amber from you.
you
Like
did, yeah.
yesterday, I just
Well,
realized it.
maybe because you got my real name on Facebook and then you got Coach Rob. You know what I mean? So a lot of people it take them a while. Like when they see me on Facebook, they like, this dude is familiar. Oh shit, hey, are you Coach Rob? Like they'll DM me. Hey, are you Coach Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Coach Rob. So yeah, so it took a minute, but yeah, I was buying this house and I needed like 15,000 for the down payment. So I just started selling my collection. So I sold off like a lot. To buy a house. I really have a house in Cologne, so um,
Right. Yeah.
I was selling all my bottles, and this is basically what I have left. But yeah, but like you said, I'm not gonna. I was in the beginning. I was buying stuff. A lot of stuff I had already that I was able to review. But once you get through those reviews, it was like, okay, I gotta buy a bottle every single time, wear it for a couple of weeks, then review it. It's
Right.
expensive. So I was like, nah, let somebody start, sponsoring me or sending me free bottles, and I'm gonna have to get what I get. And I also
And
did
don't wait on that because I'm telling you.
I tried doing different things. Like what I was talking, I started talking about like mindset and you know what I mean, like talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad books. I did a couple book reviews. I did
Hmm.
vision board. I did stuff like trying to get people to thinking like what I mean, how to elevate your mindset and think differently and think what I mean, about
Yeah.
prosperity and stuff like that. But those videos didn't do well. A couple people was like, man, you need to do that again, but they didn't really do well. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
people want to see cologne, so I'm gonna use cologne.
Right. Yeah. Well, I thank you so much for coming on here with
No
me
problem.
tonight. We'll have to do this again. Maybe we'll have to do it at like a different time the next time.
Yeah, let me know. I'm always down. I just had to get sorry for being late. I had to get this whole camera set up
Oh
situation.
no, you were good.
Yeah.
There's always every time there's always a technical difficulty, whether it's me or somebody else, there's always a technical difficulty.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't feel bad now because now I would have charged my phone up. So I'm surprised my phone ain't died while we've been doing this. But hey, it worked out. So I appreciate you having
All right, so thank you again, ladies and
me.
gentlemen in the chat room for joining us. Again, make sure you go subscribe to Coach Rob 619. YouTube channel for amazing fragrance reviews. And until we see you again, be blessed and bye for now.